So, good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome each one of you to the first session under our Vasudeiva Kuttumbakam One World, One Family initiative. Tonight, we turn our attention to one of the world's most dynamic regions, the Gulf in transition, opportunities, and challenges for the next decade. Over the last few years, the Gulf has emerged as a global center for economic diversification, innovation, infrastructure development, sustainability, and international collaboration. Its transformation is influencing global trade, investment, technology, education, and workforce mobility in unprecedented ways. For millions of Indians and professionals from around the world, the Gulf is not merely a destination of employment. It is a region that continues to shape aspirations, partnerships, and opportunities. This evening is not simply about understanding the Gulf, it is about exploring how nations adapt to changes, how communities build resilience, and how leadership creates opportunities amidst uncertainty. Let us begin this enlightening conversation with curiosity, openness, and a global perspective. The Gulf in transition opportunities and challenges for the next decade is a timely conversation about one of the fastest evolving regions in the world. The Gulf today represents economic diversification beyond traditional energy sectors, global leadership in infrastructure, logistics, technology, and innovation, emerging opportunities in education, healthcare, finance, tourism, sustainability, and entrepreneurship, strong international partnerships and growing regional influence, a vibrant multicultural workforce driving growth and development, resilience in responding to geopolitical, economic, and global uncertainties. As the region prepares for the future, understanding its transformation offers valuable lessons in leadership, adaptability, collaboration, and vision. Tonight's discussion will help us better appreciate the evolving Gulf landscape and its implications for business, professionals, communities, and future leaders. To speak on this, we have a very eminent personality. To guide us through this important discussion, we are privileged to have with us a distinguished professional, respected community leader, and accomplished financial expert. A fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, he brings over 23 years of experience in finance, auditing, strategic management, investment analysis, banking relations, and corporate advisory services. He is the founder and managing partner of Shanavas Bava and Company Chartered Accountants and SBN Partners Chartered Accountants Qatar. Beyond his professional achievements, he is widely respected for his leadership within the Indian community in Qatar. He currently serves as the president of the Indian Community Benevolent Forum, ICBF Qatar, functioning under the aegis of the Embassy of India, Qatar. Through this role, he has been actively involved in community welfare, crisis response, public service initiatives, and strengthening engagement between the Indian diaspora and institutions. He is also the past president of Kerala Business Forum Qatar and has consistently contributed towards community development, leadership, and social impact. Combining professional excellence with community leadership, he brings a unique perspective on the Gulf's economic transformation, regional developments, and the role of expatriate communities in shaping the future. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to our distinguished guest for this evening, CA Shanavas Bava. Sir, on behalf of JCI Triprayar and everyone gathered here today, it is our privilege to welcome you and invite you to lead this special international conversation on the Gulf in transition, opportunities and challenges for the next decade. We look forward to learning from your professional expertise, community leadership experience, and unique insights from the Gulf region. I now invite our special invitee to speak a few words.
Uh, First of all, thanks a lot, Mr. C.S. Sidesh, for a wonderful introduction. I'm so honored to be with you all under this JCI platform. And I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks for inviting me as a resource person in your valued platform. So thankful. Thank you.
Let's get into the session. We are doing it in a moderation format where we ask Shanavas sir questions and he would present his perspective. So shall we start, sir?
Yeah.
So the first question, sir, the Gulf region has changed tremendously over the last few years. When you look at the next 10 years, what are the biggest changes you expect to see and what makes you most optimistic about the future of the Gulf?
See, the when we look into the Gulf region, the changes started from 1970s onwards, when the region discovered the petroleum. From that decade onwards, the development or the boom in Gulf region, the world has witnessed. Basically based on petroleum products only. So the main dependence in Gulf region, entire Gulf region, we can say the natural resources, fossil energies. Still, that is the driving force. If we look at Qatar, UAE, Saudi, majority of the other Gulf countries, uh, their major chunk of revenue, major chunk of GDP is coming from energy sector only. That also petroleum products only. So that still will continue, even though the world at large says a lot of innovations are happening in alternative energies. We can see in our roads lot of electric vehicles, e-vehicles, but still the demand for the conservative fossil energy is going on. It may take furthermore years to accelerate more demand for the e-vehicles or alternative energies. So another 1 decade, as Mr. Sidesh asked, the Gulf countries will be in growth path only. Now I am talking to you from Doha, the capital of Qatar. Qatar is mainly dependent on gas. If you look at the gas reserve here, it's there for decades, decades and decades. That much reserve Qatar is having. So if you look at the GDP of Qatar, petrol is not the largest contributor, but the gas products are the largest contributor to the GDP. So there is a diversification among petroleum products itself. And above all the Gulf countries have their own well-drafted, well-executing national vision. Look at Qatar; they have vision of 2030. They plan the country to be converted into a knowledge-based country. So they are looking into diversify their entire revenue sources. Not only they are not just looking the revenue sources, but they look the community, entire community to diversify. So they have different pillars in their national vision. Economic part is one pillar. Their culture is another pillar. Knowledge is the other pillar. Like that, entire they have different verticals in their national vision. Same way, if you look at the Saudi, they have much more wider aspects in their national vision. They have well drafted, well attractable national vision. They all executed. So for the coming another 1 decade, of course, I see the petroleum products will contribute, but at the same time, they are trying to diversify their entire economy. Look at 2022 World Cup, FIFA World Cup. I feel so happy and so lucky that I was in Qatar that time. Because of I was in Qatar, I got an opportunity to witness a lot of matches. That is one of my personal. But look at the country as a whole. The development they have made until maybe Qatar is getting award as a host country. The infrastructure in Qatar, sports infrastructure, if I say, was very less only. But within a short span of time, they have built a massive sports infrastructure, and continuously events are happening in Qatar. So they diversified to a sports tourism center in Qatar. Last 2 weeks only, they had one international competition happen. Billiards, it was happening here. So cycling happened here. Like that, lot of diversification happens. So, tourism is one of the sector Qatar is looking for. Not only Qatar, the entire region is looking for. And if you look at the digital, like a fintech part, all these Gulf countries are investing a lot of money and lot of efforts for bringing this fintech and AI related platform. So we can see a lot of developments happening from these regions in the coming years and decades. So if you look at entirely as a whole, in the upcoming decades, the country will go further. All the GCC countries will go further, and each countries they have their own like remarkable cornerstones, which definitely they will be achieving. And overall, the journey for the next decade will be positive. But at the same time, as we all know from like medias and as I am in Qatar, there are some uncertainties happening at this time. Last maybe from February 28th onwards, this uncertainties or challenges or geopolitical issues got a little bit worse. But hopefully that will get an end soon. So such type of risk which we cannot predict. These type of challenges are there. But at the same time, even though these all challenges are there, in Qatar or all the entire GCC countries, the life is going very smoothly. The economic activities are going very smoothly without an interruption. So the governments are taking very much care that their GDP is not impacting, the growth of the nation is not impacting, the promise they have given to the entire people of this region, they are like liable to make sure that it's happening. So we all are very positively looking that the next decade we can see a massive growth in this region.
Thank you so much, sir, for that perspective. Next question is India and the Gulf share a very special relationship today. How do you see this relationship growing in the coming years, especially in areas like business, education, technology, tourism, and cultural exchange?
See, from decades and decades, India have a good connection. Even before India, we became independent. We had the people of our country had the business relation or cultural relationship with the Gulf countries because we have that coastal line connected with the Gulf region and India, the Arabian Sea and like Oman and all these countries. So India is one of the favorite nation for most of the all the GCC countries. And if you look at Qatar, the population in Qatar is around 2.8 million, means 28 lakhs. Out of this 28 lakh, around 8 lakh plus people are Indians. We are the largest community in Qatar. See, this is the situation. In a country like Qatar, Indians are the largest, and this figures itself says how friendly India and Qatar relationship is. Same way, if you look at the population of other countries, majority of the GCC countries, Indians are the largest population. So India and Qatar bilateral relationship is not only Qatar because I'm from Qatar. That's why I'm mostly stressing on the Qatar factors. See the gas contract we have with Petronet LNG. Qatar is the supplier for the gas to Petronet, RAS gas from Qatar under Qatar Energy. It's a Qatar government-owned company. So they are our long-term partner for the gas supply. And look at the companies here in this region. If you look at the companies here, we have majority of the Indian companies have some or other way some business interests in majority of the GCC countries. Here itself, L&T is one of the leading infrastructure development company in Qatar, like Pallonji Shapoorji. TCS is having offices. Like that, a lot of Indian companies have their own presence, their own well occupied office in Qatar and big amount of leading contracts. So it shows the India and Qatar relationship. Recently, Qatar government has accepted the India UPI payment system also in Qatar. So this is another step ahead, which India and Qatar government is coming together. Same way, the cultural exchanges. Last 2 weeks back, I got an opportunity to attend a Qatar government sponsored program, which they focus Indian cuisines, Indian dishes to showcase in their program, which was very well drafted program, and they are giving that much prominence because this was a program for a cuisine. The government is giving to Indians like that. A lot of cultural exchanges are happening. A lot of Indian artists and Indian authors or Indian literatures are coming to Qatar and they have their own performance happening here. Interactions happens with government authorities. Same way, Qatar artists or Qatar literature people, they are going to India in different parts and they also have exchanges. So India and Qatar, if you look at uh, the bilateral relationship is going. If you look at the educational sector, recently in Dubai, IIT started a full-fledged foreign campus. It shows how important these countries are giving to India, and Indian premier institutions are coming to this part of the world. So in Dubai, I came to know that IIT campus is one of the world-class facilitated campus. Same way in Qatar, we have Savitribai Phule University. It's open. Indian University. It's a well-known university in India. They have opened their full-fledged campus here. Like that, a lot of educational exchanges also happening. So, if you look at the entire aspects like India, Qatar, or India GCC bilateral relationship, it's very strong and it's growing each by each year. And in the Qatar Investment Authority, QIA, that is the premier sovereign fund management agency in Qatar. They have huge investment in lot of Indian projects. They look for Indian projects, and because they also know that India is a developing nation, and Indian GDP is growing, and India is a big market. It's a huge market. So, Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, or Qatar Investment Authority, and Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund, all this have a lot of investment back in Indian region also. So all the way, like a business, tourism, or education, or culture, the bilateral relationship with this GCC as well as India is absolutely growing, and that will keep continue also.
Right, sir. Thank you. You mentioned FIFA World Cup in the earlier question. Recently, we heard a Malayali getting selected for the Qatar team, the
Yeah,
Qatar
yeah,
team.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so what better example than culture exchange
Yeah,
than
yeah.
this?
Actually, that's the best thing. I forgot to mention that. Thank you, Siddesh, for mentioning. See, this is a proud moment for India because our country, our nation, has not yet participated in FIFA World Cup because our football ranking is very low. We are mainly into cricket, but Qatar, it's our second home only. We cannot. It's not our home country. They are given an Indian national in their team, the FIFA team. It's a proud moment actually for all the Indians, and that shows how adaptive is Qatar towards India and Indian people. That's the best example. So, like that, in all the sectors, we can see a lot of Indians, lot of Keralites are there in the Qatar national level team. Means team in the sense not in the sports, but the business or in very top level committees, top level contributors, schools, education sectors, like that. We can see a lot of Indians contributing for the betterment of this country. That's how the relationship, not only between the country to country, but also among the people, Qatari as well as Indians are growing.
Thank you, sir. Moving on. Many young people joining us today would like to know where future opportunities lie. As Gulf countries diversify beyond oil and gas, which sectors do you believe will offer the greatest opportunities for professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors?
See, as we all know, this part of the world we all call petrodollar economy, because it's all based on the petroleum. Majority of their revenue is coming from oil products only, petroleum products only. But last couple of years, the governments in this region have taken very rigorous and effective steps to diversify their economy and the GDP. They want more contributory factors towards the GDP, and they want to make sure that apart from petrol products, they should generate a decent revenue. That's how now you can see how Qatar has emerged as a sports center, because they have invested a lot of effort, and it shows their commitment. That's why that's the one of the matter we have to look into. Qatar is such a small country, and they got as a host country for conducting FIFA World Cup. Nobody can believe it, and they have delivered that 2022 World Cup in such a fantastic manner. Now, recently in newspapers, because 2026 World Cup is about to start, there are some comparison happening about how Qatar conducted the FIFA World Cup and how fantastic it was. So it shows they are determined to make sure that the country becomes more diversified. So like that, all the countries now, 2030, Saudi is going to host the World Cup. Uh, and all these countries are diversifying, and tourism is becoming one of their key factor. Different types of tourism, not only just to explore the natural beauty or natural aspects, like sports tourism is one of another factor, or like that different sectors of tourism each country is focusing. Qatar has given a lot of effort in sports and international conferences, exhibitions, meetings, etc., because Qatar has built that infrastructure. And like Qatar Airways has built the worldwide connectivity from any nook and corner of the world. Qatar Airways is having connection to the Doha. So their fleet, they are expanding like anything, and their international airport, that is one of the largest airport. But again, the second phase is continuing now. So like that, they are diversifying to attract more and more to tourism. That is one sector. And other, this all regions focusing is on fintech and AI. Lot of research is going on, lot of investment is coming in fintech and AI related companies and startups, and a lot of new startups also emerging from this region. So that is one of the other area where these governments are looking, and a lot of investments are keep coming also. Healthcare sector. Uh, Look at the healthcare facility in Qatar. I personally experience the government is offering for the each and every public. It's not just only for the Qatari citizens, but for the entire people who live in Qatar. So healthcare is that much importance government is giving, and a lot of new initiatives are happening, and government is looking healthcare to be one of the another area to be in investment sector. And another thing we can see See, this part of the world, everybody is using or the conservative fossil energy only. But at the same time, the amount of investment these governments are bringing to renewable energy. Look at the practicality, because at this time they don't need a renewable energy, but they look for the future, and they invest a massive amount for the renewable energy, especially solar and other related uh, products. So like that, the government is looking to diversify the economy and make sure that they are more into focus oriented, and they want the entire GCC country to be a knowledge based industry. Even though the fossil or petro industry will continue, but they're looking entire region to be converted as a knowledge oriented or knowledge based industry. So that level of sectors are getting attracted, and a lot of investment keep comes into that sector.
Sir, thank you so much. Sir, as president of ICBF Qatar, you interact closely with the Indian community. How do you see the role of Indian diaspora evolving, and how can overseas Indians contribute even more to strengthening the relationship between India and Gulf?
See, I am last 4 years I am working as a uh, Indian Community Benevolent Forum ICBF president. It's like an NGO. This ICBF is an NGO. We work very closely with the Indian Embassy here in Qatar. Indian Ambassador is the patron of the ICBF, and the first Secretary of Embassy is the coordinating officer. So we basically work as an extended arm of Indian Embassy. And ICBF, we basically look into the benevolent and community activities. And this is the largest organization in the region. Largest and the oldest. It's established in 1984. It's established. So around 42 years we completed. I'm so honored and I'm so thankful to the Indian diaspora in Qatar, because it's not an easy chance to get an opportunity to lead as the president of ICPF. So I am so happy and so honored. See, if we look Indian people here, we can see different sectors or different verticals of people. We have a lot of business people here. We have a lot of healthcare professionals here. We have a lot of finance professional engineers, working class, middle sector people, and we have at the same time people, blue collar workers, domestic workers, etc. See, out of 800, we have around 8,30,000 people living in Qatar. Maybe around 40 percentage or 50 percentage of the people will be in blue collar workers or less privileged, we can say, or domestic workers. But even a domestic worker, if you look at the domestic worker, it's a very vital role a domestic worker is playing among the Indian diaspora as well as in the Qatari community. These people are taking care of the Qatari kids and making how they grow and how their cultural activities, how their education is. So they are one of the key players in forming the future generation. Like that, the blue collar workers. Look at the infrastructure built in Qatar: the roads, the bridges, the stadiums, the hotels, or whatever it's in Qatar. We can see the sign of each and every Indian blue collar workers, because they have contributed a lot in building Qatar as a country. Like that in all the sectors. If you look at the healthcare sector, nurses, for example, and we can see 75% of the nursing community are from India, and out of that, proudly we can say a major chunk is from Kerala. So doctors, engineers, and finance professionals. And look at the CA chapter. Doha chapter is the first overseas chapter in the CA history. So like that, the so it started very long back, around I think 50 years back. So like that, finance professionals, each and everybody, and when we come to the business people, they play very vital role in the business sector of Qatar. Not only Qatar, because majority of Indians contribute well for the Indian companies back in India also. Whenever an Indian starts a business, he first look into the Indian products only, Indian made products only, because it's easy for him to get the dealership or easy for him to convince the people, communication or the knowledge he is having in India. So like that, lot of Indian products are getting listed, getting popular in Indian market. So Indian people or the expatriates people in Qatar are well connected to the Indian community, Qatar community, and I used to have regular meeting with the Qatar authorities. I recently got recognized as the community advisor by the Ministry of Labor. So we have regular meeting with the ministry authorities. So the importance and the respect Qatar authorities are giving to Indians are extremely high and appreciable. For each and everything, we can, without any rank or positions, we can approach them. And the respect they are giving back to the community, Indian community, is truly commendable because they know we are part of this country and we also contribute a lot in making this country at this level. That's why we both, Qatar and India, and Qataris and Indians go together hand in hand.
Thank you, sir. We are also equally proud. We hear a lot about your initiatives, the way you help people out. So that's great to hear. And thank you for all the support that you are giving to Indians and especially Keralites in Qatar. Next, sir, it's not a very good times now. Recent tensions and conflicts in parts of the region have reminded us how quickly situations can change. During such challenging times, what lessons have you learned as a community leader about staying calm, supporting people, and leading effectively during uncertainty?
See, in Qatar, uh, I was there during the Corona time in Qatar. During Corona time, it was much worse than this situation because we cannot move, we cannot do anything. But I was there in the community activities, and I witnessed a blockade against Qatar by the few GCC countries. That was another situation which we all faced as a challenge. And now the war, the geopolitical tensions. Nowadays, people are not calling it as war, but military operations. That's a new terminology arrived now. See, February 28th, as usual, 27th as usual, and February 28th evening, uh, we all witnessed a lot of missiles coming towards Qatar. Uh, Before 20 February also, we had an experience. Iran has attacked one of the American base in Qatar, but it was very short, maybe half an hour duration only. But from February onwards, February 28th onwards, the tension, the challenges is too much. We thought maybe in the initial few days things will get settled, and 1 or 2 3 days the things will be okay. So we all was waiting. We thought we don't have to do anything because government will take care of everything because we had that experience. But the days goes, the tension increases. We used to get a lot of calls. Uh, Offices got closed and schools started online, and government continuously giving alerts to keep at home, don't go outside. So things started getting in tension mode. Then we had meeting with the Indian embassy. We had a couple of meetings with the Indian ambassador and the first secretaries and community people. Then we first thing we done was we operated a helpline. In ICBF, we had a helpline, and in embassy also we had a helpline 24 into 7. So any Indians who have any sort of issues, they can contact us. We will try to solve their problems. We cannot promise the solution always, right? Because different people have different of requirements. But majority of the people that time worried about whether this war will continue, whether they can travel back to our home country, India, how it's going to impact. Like that, a lot of tensions and challenges were. Uh, Few days because the Hamad International Airport, which is the only one airport, commercial airport in Qatar, that got closed. Their airspace got can close, so no flight was operating. But the people want to travel due to different reasons, for treatment, for exams, for study, for wedding. Even I know a lot of people their own wedding. The groom or the bride was in Qatar. They couldn't do the wedding that time. So they were stuck here, and there are a lot of death cases. On an average, one Indian is dying in Qatar due to various reasons, natural death or health conditions, accidents, etc. So when a person dies in foreign country, their family members will be waiting for their body remains, mortal remains, because they want to see and give the rituals at the last. So they are waiting. So lot of death happens, and the mortal remains in mortuaries. We have to repatriate such cases. And people who arrive in Qatar as a business tourist or like as a tourist or some other reason, they got sick. Their medicines are not available because people used to take medicine regularly. They want the medicines. See, this type of different challenges were there. But Indian community is so strong in Qatar. Whenever we ask for any support or any assistance, there will be a lot of helping hands. People are there to support. And the embassy people there, we worked 24 into 7 hand in hand with the embassy and embassy officials to make sure that Indians are getting their needs completed, their issues sought after, like that. And the Qatar authorities, they have supported like anything. We used to get daily advisory messages, and the government has taken all the measures to make sure that the grocery items, the food items, there is no shortage of any food, or there is no shortage of any health care sector, something, whatever it is. So like that, even though there are a lot of challenges, but with the support and unity of the community, Indian embassy and officials in Qatar, we could all move forward. Still, the challenges keep going on because until the Hormuz is not yet open, not only this region, but the entire world is going to suffer. That is true, because one third of the sea trade is happening through this Hormuz Strait. And if you look at the this region, there is no like a logistic connection now. So there is no sea trade is happening, and majority of the trade happens through the sea route only. So the tension we have to make sure completely covered or finished. Otherwise, this uncertainty is creating a lot of issues in the economy, in our personal life, in our day-to-day activities. So even though the challenges are there at the supreme level, but still we find our own solutions to move forward.
Hope the situation gets better soon. Next, many JCI members aspire to become leaders in business, public service, and society. From your own journey, what qualities do you believe young leaders should develop today to succeed in a rapidly changing and globally connected world?
See, GCI is such a wonderful platform and widely accepted leading platforms. So, and you all people are the leaders in your own business, your own areas. So I don't think any special mention or special anything needed from my side. I'm not such a big person to advise or say anything. But from my experience, I can share you. If we are dedicated in our activities and if we are truthful to our dreams, we can achieve the dreams. There is no doubt about that. If we are very much committed to our dreams and we are very much dedicated and we do a lot of what's say action plans to make sure our dream comes true, definitely we will get the result. So we should be dedicated, we should be committed to our dreams, and that dream should not allow us to sleep. Usually we all dream in our sleep, but our true dreams will not allow us to sleep until we follow the dream, chase the dream, and get in succeed. So if make sure that our dreams are the true dreams, which is not allowing us to sleep. So sometimes sleepless nights are good to achieve our dreams. That's one thing which I feel from my experience. And uh, business is one part, but we should be committed to our community. It's not the personal wealth we create. It's not the family wealth we create, but we have gain a lot from our community. Suppose, see, if there is no school in our village, we will not go for school. There will not be an education for us because other people have contributed to make a school or create a school, build a school in our village. If suppose there is no road in our village, how we will go from one place to another place? If suppose there is no electricity in our village, because this education or road or electricity is not we have given from our family. It's given by the government or by the contributory people in our predecessors, our grandfathers. So we have lot of commitment towards the community. We have a lot of commitment towards the future generation. So we have to be very much connected to the community, and we should be a contributory person for the community. Definitely, that's our responsibility. It's not something we give, but it's our responsibility, and we are accountable for that. So we should be a balanced person. That's what I would like to say to you.
Thank you, sir. How beautifully you have put it into words. Before we conclude, could you share one or two personal experiences from your professional journey and your leadership at ICBF that have had a lasting impact on you and shaped your approach to leadership and service?
See, one thing we have to always keep in mind, we should be sincere in our approaches. If we are not sincere, it's going to impact our life very miserably, and that will keep continuous until our lifelong. And if we happens to like any sort of support a person, or if we can contribute something towards the community, that will create a lot of positive also to us. So always make sure sincere and transparent in our all the activities, all the relationships, all the connections, etc. So that we can have more and more positivity among us. We can have more and more positive vibes in our all the activities. That's what I always felt in my community services. And whenever we are in any sort of issues, any sort of challenges, uh, any person will come to support us. Might be that person never known to us before. when I started and when I decided to start practicing in Qatar, I was not sure how to get the license in audit license in Qatar. We have to pass an exam in Qatar, and getting a license is a very tedious process. I am the fourth Indian in Qatar getting the audit license. So you can understand, even though we are the largest community in Qatar, people are very less getting audit license. Then I tried my level through my own different sources, but I failed. Then I thought, okay, there is no other way in front of me. I'll go back in India and I'll start my practice in India, in Kerala only. But somehow one day, one person, he came to me in front of me. Accidentally, he came to me. We met in a mall. Then we exchanged together. Then he only helped me in getting audit license. Actually, yeah, me or the other person was not known until that time. Very strange people, very unknown people, no other connections. But he came as a supporter. So we all know a beautiful book of Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. The Alchemist, in that book, the author says, if we are sincere in our, uh, we are determined and sincere in our dreams, the whole universe will come to help us. But we have to be sincere and determined. So the same experience I can say I had when I started uh, practice. The person who had no connection to me, he came to help me, and he accidentally we met. So initially, I told we have to be sincere. We have to be sincere in our dreams. So if that sincerity is there, everything will work out. That's what I feel.
Thank you so much, sir, for those words. We have gained a deeper understanding of the girls' transformation, the opportunities, and importance of international cooperation and community leadership. The floor is now open for questions, reflections, and takeaways from our participants. If anyone wants to ask or give a feedback, please feel free to unmute and speak.
Hi, 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 Sanav, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session and for sharing your experience with us. Your insights on GCC opportunities, community building, and the recent developments in the region were truly enriching. Equally inspiring was your simple yet powerful message about being sincere in our approach and staying true to our values. It was an engaging discussion, and thank you, JCI Triprayar, for organizing and making this meaningful session happen. I do have a question. There is a growing conception that uh, uh, expats should keep their money in foreign currency now, given that INR is depreciating. So, how do you view this, sir? If you could give your views on this.
You are telling this in Indian perspective, right? Because
Yes.
INR is depreciating, and so it's better to keep the savings in FCNR account, dollar or some other foreign currency. See, INR is depreciating. We all know the reasons. Because our trade deficit is increasing. The demand for dollar especially is increasing because one of the large raw material we buy is the petroleum products, and the petroleum products, the price is increasing. So our purchase price also increase, the payment also increase. Obvious when the demand is increasing, the price will increase. That's how the dollar cost goes. See, India is such a huge country. Even though we have current challenges, this will not go maybe in continuously. That dollar demand might reduce because India is exporting lot of items. Not on We are not just importers. We export lot of items. So that trade deficit will reduce, and I don't think that there is such a worrying or alarming situation to switch into the foreign currency or dollar-oriented investment or dollar-oriented deposits than INR. Still, we all keep our INR accounts intact. Even dollar also, we are not sure. It's all petrodollar because petroleum and dollar both are very much connected. So both the regions like the oil producers or the dollar oriented economies, they want to keep their petroleum dollar intact. But we are not sure how long this will go in future. So dollar also some way, some point of time it will start depreciating. So it's a cycle. Again, INR will come, and India is leading GDP producer. So uh, in future, INR supposed to appreciate. Government also will take measures to make sure that INR is getting stronger. But at the same time, if you look at the current situation, the reality is INR is depreciating, dollar is getting appreciating, or our trade deficit is getting more and more. We have to increase the export or we have to reduce our import. That's the only solution we have. So hopefully that will come out. But I don't think there is any alarming situation is there.
Thank you, CA Jitesh, for the question and sir for that answer. Can we have one more feedback or question before we wind up?
Thank you, Shitesh ji, for this beautiful link that you sent. And listening to CA Shanavas Bava was really, really interesting. Very interesting about what is happening in Qatar. But what I would like to also say is what I would like to ask is what kind of possibilities can I'm a trainer, I'm an educator, and how can we feature there sometimes? If is there a possibility of us being featured there, or can we work there? Just wanting to know this.
Okay. Thanks for asking the question. See, as I mentioned, Qatar is a small country. The population here is around 28 lakhs or 29 lakhs altogether. Out of this 28, 29 lakhs, we have around 8 lakh plus Indians. That's our primary target market. Plus, we have Asian countries like Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan. These people are there. So these are the majority. Then Philippines, then European countries, and of course the local Qatari. They are around 350 or 3.5 lakhs people. Indian here, we have uh, 20 Indian schools we have here. 20 Indian schools affiliated to CBSE. Out of these 20 schools, if you see around 50,000 Indian students are there. So that's the market size for the education. And after the school level education, there are a lot of institutions are coming here. Recently, a couple of years back, Savitribai Phule University, they started their campus here, and the campus is fully functional and its capacity is full. And all the schools getting an admission is very difficult. Need high level recommendation to get an admission in schools. Sometimes we are getting calls from even ministers, chief ministers, MPs for an school admission. That's the demand having in education sector here in Qatar. Because we are the largest community, but the number of Indian schools are less. So that is there. And if you look at the higher education, huge demand is there. Majority of the people are either coming to India for higher education, or they are going to other foreign countries for higher studies. So like that, education as a sector, lot of opportunities are there. Even I know a lot of people who do online from India also, like this type of like GE or that type of entrance exams, trainings and all. Lot of Indian platforms have lot of subscribers from Qatar.
Thank you so much, sir. Because I would someday probably would like to do some online training. If
Okay.
you can connect me sometimes, that would be
Okay.
really great.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dinanji. Thank you, everyone, for those questions and feedback. Thank you, Shanavas sir, for an enlightening and thought-provoking conversation. Today's discussion reminded us that progress is driven by vision, adaptability, and collaboration. As the Gulf continues to evolve, it presents valuable lessons and opportunities for individuals, businesses, and communities around the world. We are grateful for your time, insights, and the perspective you have shared with us. May I now invite JC Hari PK to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Every meaningful conversation leaves us with a new perspectives. And tonight's session has given us valuable insights into a region that continues to influence global business, innovation, diplomacy, and international cooperation. On behalf of JCI Triprayar, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guest, CA Shanavas Bava, President of Indian Community Benevolent Forum, Qatar, under the aegis of Embassy of India, Qatar. So thank you for sharing your experience, insights, and vision on the Gulf in transition, opportunities, and challenges for the next decade. Your perspective on changing Gulf landscape, India-Gulf relations, emerging opportunities, and community leadership have made this session both informative and inspiring. A special word of appreciation to our President and Chairman, JCI Sidesh, C.S. Sidesh Sachidharan, whose vision through the Vasudeiva Kuttumbakam initiative continue to bring global conversations and international perspective to our members. My sincere thanks to our Secretary JCHGF Anjali Hari for her dedication and support in ensuring the smooth coordination of our activities, and to our Treasurer JC Srijit Chandran for his continued support behind the scenes. I also extend my appreciation to our Vice President Internationalism, JC Salahuddin PH, whose efforts help strengthen international understanding and global engagement within our chapter. A special note of thanks to our Program Director, JFP Krishna TS, for planning, coordinating today's program, and ensuring its successful execution. My gratitude also goes to our LGB team and every member who contributed their time and effort to make this event possible. Most importantly, thank you to every participant who joined us this evening. Your presence, engagement, and curiosity transformed this from a session into a meaningful exchange of ideas. As we conclude, may the spirit of Vasudeiva Kuttumbakam, one world, one family, continue to inspire us to build bridges across cultures, strengthen global friendships, and create positive impact wherever we serve. So thank you all for being part of this wonderful evening. One world, one family, one future. Thank you and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, JC Hari. The future belongs to those who are willing to learn, adapt, and build meaningful connections across borders. May today's discussion inspire us to think globally, act responsibly, and create opportunities wherever we serve. Vasudeiva Kuttumbakam, one world, one family, one future. Thank you and good night. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.